everyone, Ultimate here. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for over 100 subscribers. It's not much compared to pretty much every other YouTube channel, but it is amazing to me. I never thought we would get that far. So thank you guys for that. Let's get into it. So today we are talking about the Wings of Fire series, or rather the Wings of Fire tribes, because I can. Get ready for a lot of sarcasm and inconsistency pointing out. Also, a disclaimer that this is purely for comedy, so if you really want to know about the Wings of Fire tribes, you should probably read the books because they are much more accurate than this. Let us start with the Mudwings, also known as the ugliest tribe. Don't hate me. There is a huge fan base that will yell at you about how underrated they are until you've converted to the Mudwing cult. They have these weird flat snouts with nostrils on top so they can lay in the mud all day, which sounds really lazy. I don't know why rainwings are called the lazy ones and not mudwings. They can breathe fire, but only if they're warm enough for some reason. And they're also pretty chunky and really strong, no offense mudwings, which is strange because they're sitting in mud puddles all day and not getting exercise. Skywings, the most generic dragon of all time, now available in shades of red, or even orange. For only $19.99, you can have the most unoriginal sack of scales on the continent, available wherever imagination dies. They can breathe fire too, but only when it's convenient for the plot because of reasons. They can also fly really fast. Some of them are born with fire scales, which is when you touch people and they catch on fire. Side effects may include isolation and lack of social skills, and the entire fandom making every single OC have this power. There are also the Icewings, which are my favorite tribe. I like to refer to them as the military because that makes up pretty much everything about their society. They have a ridiculous amount of spiky bits, and they have serrated claws, but only on their wingtips for some reason. They can breathe frost breath, which is just fire, but instead of burning you to death, you get to freeze to death. Also, these head spikes are the bane of my existence because of how annoying they are to draw. Nightwings are the mortal enemy of the Icewings. Because reasons. They have black scales. Underneath their wings, it's supposed to look like a night sky. But honestly, it just looks like a 5-year-old was having too much fun with the glitter at craft time. They can breathe fire too, but only when it's convenient for the plot. In all honesty, most of the abilities of these tribes only turn on when the plot needs them to. There's this cool thing the Nightwings have, where if their egg is laid and hatched under the full moons, they get incredibly vague powers, which are as follows. The power to see what they'll have for breakfast the next morning, or the power to find out a dragon's deepest secrets by rummaging around in their head like a lost and found bin. Seawings are the main competitors for hermit crabs because of how much they avoid conflict. They can come in shades of blue or purple or green, though the fandom interpreted that to mean they can be any color. Just know, they have these glowing stripes that resemble shiny slugs that they can use to blind their enemies. Also for, talking underwater, but honestly, they don't do that, right? Also, they can breathe underwater, which is mostly used for sleeping. I'm pretty sure there's more references to sleeping in rivers than there are actual scenes with swimming. Rainwings are known as the lazy tribe, and they resemble snakes with legs. They're my second favorite tribe, mostly because they're basically my spirit animal. All these guys want to do is eat fruit and sleep. They can shoot venom from their fangs, but they never do it because they're just the most beautiful little pacifists. The most interesting thing about the venom is how the fandom constantly argues over whether it's considered venom or poison. They can camouflage their scales so they can also be called glorified chameleons, and mostly use it to show off to everyone else. They have tails also. Really long tails. It makes up like 50% of their body. Sandwings are scorpions with less legs. They can breathe fire, but seem to forget they can do it 90% of the time. Again, plot convenience. The only memorable thing about them is how freaking annoying it is to draw this many scales. Seriously, what do they need with all of those? They have this quote-unquote poisonous barbed tail. I will say this once, and only once. It is not a poisonous tail. Poison must be ingested, or swallowed, or breathed in. It is venom because it is injected into the target. That is the tribes of Pyrrhia or Pyrrhia, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, because no one knows. If this video does well, I might make another one about that other continent that people still don't know how to pronounce, Pantala. But this is long enough already, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and Ultimate out.